Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mission Report, the Nintendo News Show. This is episode number 27. My name is James, and today I didn't check, let's see, 5 different things that I want to talk about. The one that I want to get started with is there is a brand new update for Mario Kart World, and this is update 1.7.0. And I'm pretty sure that this update is already live. I actually didn't check that, but this update adds 2 new rallies to the Knockout Tour. The first one is called the Drill Rally, and it connects the Wario Shipyard to Bowser's Castle. And then the second one is the Boomerang Rally, and that one connects Salty Speedway to Whistletop Summit. And in that one, you actually kind of move in the shape of like a boomerang. So that's pretty cool. It didn't occur to me that they were going to be adding different routes to Mario Kart World. This is pretty cool. I actually played Mario Kart World just a couple days ago. I had a couple friends over and we played together. This was the first time since the games came out that I'd played it. So it was pretty fun. Yeah, I did not win. I did not win a single match of Knockout Tour. I don't think any of us won. We would always have one of us would always do kind of bad and would come in between like 15 and 20, and then we would usually have one of us. There were 4 of us playing. We would usually have somebody up in like the top 4, but no wins. So that's too bad. Let's move on. Up next, we've got some brand new additions to Nintendo Music. Actually, a whole bunch of additions to Nintendo Music. The first one was a special edition. Some tracks from Rhythm Heaven Groove, which just came out, are on there. Only 7 tracks for a total of about 15 minutes. And then a bunch of tracks were added to the Mario Kart World collection. They called it Mario Kart World Free Roam with Super Mario Land 2, Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, and Super Mario World. And from each one of those sections, the Super Mario Land group has added 2 tracks for a total of 5 minutes. Super Mario Land 2 has added 1 track for 2 minutes. Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3 has added 1 track for 2 minutes. And then Super Mario World added 12 tracks for a total of 30 minutes. And as a reminder, all of those are under the Mario Kart World umbrella. And let's see. So that was a total of 16 new tracks for a total of 41 minutes, which brings the total for Mario Kart World. I almost called it Super Mario World again. Which brings the total tracks for Mario Kart World up to 230 tracks for 8 hours and 53 minutes. So quite a collection going on there in Nintendo Music if you are into Mario Kart. But I feel like I talk about this every time. I feel like a lot of the tracks from Mario Kart are just from other Mario games. So, anyway, let's keep going. Number 3, and this is probably this would be a bigger news item if it wasn't for one little thing, and you'll probably know what it is. What I wrote down is, Nintendo is adding removable batteries to some products. And this write-up comes directly from the Nintendo support website. It says, starting summer 2026 and preparation for upcoming changes in European battery regulations coming into effect in mid-February 2027, select Nintendo products in Europe will begin to be replaced on a rolling basis by revisions that contain a or a user replaceable battery. There is no difference in functionality between current products and revised products containing user replaceable batteries. The first revised products are expected to become available from summer 2026, with additional products becoming available in autumn, winter, and early 2027. Due to a variety of factors, revised products may not become available in all European countries simultaneously. The table below shows the estimated earliest availability in Nintendo. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, so, and then there was also we don't need to read the last section, but there was also a table that showed which products are, which products are affected. And the affected products are Joy-Con Pair, Joy-Con L, Joy-Con R. So those are all the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. The Nintendo Switch 2 console, Joy-Con 2 Pair, Joy-Con 2 L, Joy-Con 2 R, Switch 2 Pro Controller, Nintendo 64 controller for Nintendo Switch, Nintendo GameCube controller for Nintendo Switch 2. So it seems like it's pretty much everything that is still in production, which also leads the question, why is Nintendo not doing this with the original Switch? Don't they have to? And the answer is yes, except they've also made the decision to discontinue the Switch 1 in Europe. I don't think this is unrelated, but they have gone on to say that they will continue producing the first Switch in other parts of the world. And I would imagine that if you're in Europe trying to find a Switch, you can pretty easily just like have one brought in from another country or from another region. So that's pretty interesting. I do wonder how long the original Switch is going to be in production for for Asia and obviously North and South America, and clearly they don't want to cut it off yet, which is interesting because in 2027, the Switch 1 will be 10 years old. So, yeah, interesting kind of thing to think about there. But another thing was, wouldn't it be easier for Nintendo to instead of do kind of what Apple did, and instead of making set different products for those markets, to just change the way that they're going to produce all of the items for the entire world, similar to what Apple did with the iPhone. The reason that iPhones have a USB-C charger now is because of Europe. And Nintendo did specify in the frequently asked questions section of that article that I just read, or of that post that I just read, basically that this is only going to affect Europe and it's not going to affect other regions. Finally, if this did affect other regions, would I care? No, probably not. I wouldn't go out and buy another Switch 2 for a replaceable battery. I mean, I guess if I were in the market for another Pro controller, it would be nice to be able to get one that had removable batteries, except I've never really had an issue with any of the batteries on any of my Nintendo products. I would be all over a DualSense with a removable battery, or and obviously Xbox controllers have always had removable batteries, but I don't really know that since I already have pretty much all of the Nintendo stuff, you can see the GameCube controller here and the N64 controller right there. Since I already have all of these things, I wouldn't probably be interested in buying them again, just to have the removable battery versions of them. So, and that's pretty much it for the news. The fourth thing that I want to mention really quick is that the day this is, the day that this show goes up on YouTube is going to be the very last day of the Nintendo Summer Sale. So make sure you go in there and buy some cheap video games to keep you cool all summer long. All right. And finally, I want to close out the show just kind of talking about what I've been playing over the last week or so. Last week I mentioned that I had been, I finished my replay of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then I started the Legacy of the First Blade DLC, and then I started the Atlantis DLC, the Fate of Atlantis. I think I'm about halfway through the Fate of Atlantis DLC now, and I'm having a pretty good time with it. It is noticeably different than the main game and the first expansion. That first expansion was really just like a little bit more of the main game that added some extra story stuff in there. The Fate of Atlantis ties more into the overarching, I don't want to say too much. It ties more into the overarching Assassin's Creed story, but not completely. And I think I'll probably leave it there for the sake of like potential spoilers and stuff. I've also finished Star Fox on Switch 2. I think last time that I recorded, I had already beaten the game, but now I've gotten to the point where I think I've done pretty much everything that I want to do. I don't think I'm going to be playing any more of it. I played all of the levels, and I played most of the challenges, and I was not good enough at the game to beat all of the challenges on any level. So, but I also didn't try that hard. I think if I'd tried harder, I could have done it. But I kind of just want to get on with my life. And finally, I've been playing the 2020 PS4 port of Star Wars Bounty Hunter. And if you'd asked me in like 2004, this Bounty Hunter came out in 2002. So if you'd ask me anytime between 2002 and like 2005 or 6 what my favorite game was, there was a pretty good chance that I was going to say Bounty Hunter. I absolutely loved this game as a kid, and I still really like it. Right now, when I'm playing through the PS4 port, I'm trying to get all of the secrets and the secondary bounties, and doing that really highlights how technically flawed the game is. A lot of the things that you're able to kind of overlook when you're just kind of playing through the game for fun, like enemies kind of walking off edges and kind of just falling over and dying and just kind of like disappearing and stuff, are a lot more noticeable when you're trying to pay attention to every single enemy because they might be a bounty. And it's really frustrating to get 14 of the 15 bounties in a level, only for the 15th one to, fall off a cliff, and then you're unable to claim him, and you have to, like, redo the entire level. Or, like, clip through the floor, or, randomly glitch inside of a wall, or, any of that stuff. But I'm going to stick with it. It's been a little while since I've made significant progress there, but right now I have 2 more levels for bounties, and I have like 4 more secrets to get. And then I'll be done. And then another thing that I want to note about this port is that the controls are so terrible that I basically had to remap at the system level. I basically had to like remap the entire controller. I think I put circle onto like L1 because circle for some reason changed weapons, and then there were some other weird ones too. I don't remember what exactly it was. I think like triangle or something was aim, so I put that onto, I think, R1 because it would have been on the Z button on the GameCube controller, which is the control layout that I would be familiar with for Bounty Hunter. But, ooh, man, I was surprised they didn't kind of fix up those controls for that port at all. But the 2024 like mild remaster of Bounty Hunter, which is also on PS4, it's probably better. But maybe I'll try that at some point. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have for today. In the comment section, please let me know what you think of all these things that I have discussed. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next mission.